Okay, today we are going to demonstrate how to recaulk your kitchen counter in your home, something that is a maintenance item that you should pay attention to and check on a regular basis and do when needed. To do this, we need the caulking that matches your grout in your kitchen. We need a razor knife, a small putty knife is helpful, a caulk gun, typically with the part to puncture the caulk tube. Denatured alcohol is something that you use to clean before you actually put the new caulk on, when you're removing the old caulk. And blue tape is helpful to line each side to make a nice even line. A caulking separation will look like this, just a small dark line where the caulking at a 90-degree at the cabinet, at the countertop and the backsplash. Your first step would be to remove the old caulk. Putty knife works well for that. You can scrape it off the bottom. And get as much as you can off with the putty knife. The reason you take the caulk off before you put on the new is that the new caulk will not stick to the old caulk, so it will separate again much quicker than it will if you remove everything and make sure that the surface is very clean, including old caulking removed and any oils or things from cooking if you're doing it in an area like we're doing today behind the cooktop. Once you've scraped off all you can scrape off with the putty knife, then you would take denatured alcohol and remove the rest of the residue, and it also will help clean off any other oils or things that might be in that area. Once that's removed and dry, then it's time to open the tube of caulk if it's a new one, or clear the top of the tube if it's an old one. The secret to this is putting a 45-degree cut on this so that you can put a nice straight even line of caulking in the area that you want to. So once you've cut open the top, you would put it inside of, you would clear the top of it. Not all caulking guns have this clearing tool attached to it, but I would suggest getting one, or else you can do it with a wire or something else that can get down through that area. Insert the caulk into the gun. Take up the pressure until you see caulking just coming out. Some people can do this without, but if you're new to this, it's obviously something that's a little bit more difficult than some other things to do, just practicing and getting it right. So sometimes laying out some tape on each side of the line that you're going to caulk just kind of helps remove the extra caulk that you don't want there once you're finished. Once you've lined up the tape the way you want it on both sides, and you can do it also against your wall or other area that you don't want the caulking to get onto. Now you've prepped your area, you've prepped your gun, you're ready to go, and you can start laying out a fine line right at the 90-degree. At the end of the line, you need to relieve the pressure on your caulk gun so the caulk won't continue to come out much past a little bit. Then have a wet towel, get moisture on the end of your finger, and then smooth the caulking into the area. If you have an area that has a little gap in it, then you can take some of your extra caulking and smooth that so you have a nice, even, smooth line with no bubbles or missing areas. We're going to caulk down between the wall and the edge of the counter. And follow the same process to get the excess off. So once you have your lines smooth and the excess caulk removed, while the caulking is still nice and wet, you need to remove your tape. Once your tape is removed, you have a nice smooth line of caulk. And this needs to be set 24 hours before you touch it or get moisture on it. So if you're doing this in a high use area, please do it at a time where you can leave it for 24 hours so it sets well and you don't destroy the work you've done. Caulking maintenance is very important, especially in the wet areas of your home, and also it makes things look nice. So if you have caulking separations, take a look around your home, make sure you get them all taken care of. You can do part or the entire area of caulking, but just doing the area that's split apart is perfectly fine.